Good evening. Okay, of course, every time I come alive, I gotta adjust my hijab. Okay, ladies, good evening. I hope you all are doing amazing tonight. I'm super excited to be here with you guys to present our Design Your Dream Life Masterclass. And today's presentation is going to be super simple because it is all about me giving you some applicable tools that you can apply to your business to be able to take your life and your business to the next level. But it's not just about your business and it's not just about your life personally, it's about all of the people who are connected to you, all of the people who are around you, and all of the people who you will impact. And I think that is one of the most powerful and important things that we discuss. And that's really where I want to start talking to you guys about tonight because I remember being a 23-year-old, just graduated from college, and sharing with my siblings, with my family members at the time, that God had gave me a vision, a dream for what I was gonna do, what my role and impact was in my, gonna be in my community. And to think that, you know, that was only, and I say only 15 years ago, because the amount of experiences and accomplishments that I have had in that time, it truly feels like it should have been so much longer. But it was only 15 years ago that I made these statements. And today I can attest that God has done that and so much more for me when it comes to manifesting or experiencing that vision that He gave me all those years ago. And it's taken me a long time, to be honest, to truly be able to identify the principles that I used to be able to accomplish these things and like truly come up with a blueprint, if you will, which is what I'm going to share with you guys in tonight's presentation. But I want to share, before I hop into the actual blueprint, I want to share with you guys some of the things that I have been able to do that are just phenomenal to me, starting back all those years ago, when I was just like 23, 24 years old. So, first and foremost, and I share some of these success stories inside of the Mother Hustler movement group back when we were doing our 14-day manifestation challenge. If you have not joined our Facebook group, please click the link in the description box below so that you can join. And before I get into my success stories, let me give you guys a quick introduction for those of you who might not know me. My name is Kiara Solomon. I'm the founder of the Mother Hustler movement, but I also own two other online businesses, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about in just a few minutes. I'm a mom of two boys, George and Josiah. And since implementing these principles in my life, I have been able to launch and grow three six-figure businesses, which is just like, I can't even believe I'm saying that. When I was writing that down in my notes, I was like, Kiara, who are you? I've been able to travel. I was just sharing with my youngest son, I didn't get on my first airplane until I was like 18, 19 years old. But travel has become a integral part of my life, and I've been able to travel to so many places across the United States and other areas of the globe. So I'm super excited. In addition to that, I've been able to work with so many people from around the world, from Dubai and the Middle East to African countries such as Ghana and Senegal. I've been able to work with people in Jamaica and the Virgin Islands and just so many other places. Those are just a few off the top of my head. But, I also want to tell you guys about where I came from because I think that sometimes when we hear these success stories, I know that I used to do this a lot. When I heard people's success stories, I would feel like that's them. That's only available for them. That's only something that they can have, they can accomplish. But the truth of the matter is, I came from a broken family. My mother was addicted to crack, my dad sold it. I grew up in foster care. I had my first child when I was 19 years old, and I subsequently had to drop out of college. And so, if you look at the first half of my life, if you will, and you were to try to predict where my life would have ended up, it would be easy to assume that I would end up being a statistic. And many of the people around me, unfortunately, especially some of the adults who should have been, speaking life into me and encouraging me in a positive way, they too would have predicted that I would have ended up being a statistic. They too would have predicted that I would have ended up, in a number of not so positive situations or just, circumstances in life. And so I share that with you guys to say that, for the most part, no matter where you're watching from, no matter what your life experiences have been so far, I can pretty much relate to any of them, whether it's struggling financially, again, coming from a broken home, coming from a family that was poor or generationally poor, because that was also another thing. Like, it wasn't just my mom that was poor, but like my grandma, my great grandma. It just was a systemic and generational thing for us. And so being able to overcome all of those circumstances, no matter what you come from, is truly possible. And I share that with you guys today because, again, I want to be able to give you hope about what you can accomplish and what you can manifest for your. So I'm gonna yeah, you guys can see this. Great. So I want to share this with you. And I did this very straightforward outline today because I don't want you guys to get too caught up in the design. I don't want you guys to get too caught up in um the slides and all that kind of stuff. I want you guys to really hear what I have to say and take this knowledge and information away, and hopefully you can actually apply it to your life. So, before we talk about designing your dream life and creating that vision, which you guys can see is number 2 on my outline, the very first thing that we need to talk about is your belief. And one of the best things that I think that ever happened to me as a young person, as a child, was that I didn't grow up necessarily with a what people would consider a traditional family. And so, what that did for me was truly make me have to create my own set of beliefs for what I thought was possible for me. I didn't really have an example of somebody that I could follow or that I wanted to follow, right? I had a lot of examples of people that I didn't want to turn out like, but I did not have the examples of people that I did want to look like. And so the first thing that we have to do, it was easy for me to kind of accept that vision, that dream that God had placed in my heart at 23 of being able to help so many others impact their business. And really what the dream that God gave me, God, you guys, was that I was going to help people attain wealth and that so many people would come into their God given wealth through me, right? And like being 23 years old and saying that to my family, they were like, Okay, well, what does that mean? Right? And at the time, I really didn't truly understand what it meant either, right? I didn't know that I was gonna start a business like this or any of my other businesses that would help people. But I did feel that it was possible for me to accomplish. So, the first thing before we even start talking about what it is that you want to accomplish, I want you to examine what you truly believe. And do you think that it's possible for you to build a multi-million dollar business? Do you think that it's possible for you to work from home and be in control of your finances and travel with your family? The dreams that you have in your mind for what you want to accomplish and what you want to do with your life, do you truly feel that they are possible? you know? And the next part of that is examining our buts, right? Yes, Kiara, I think it's possible, but right now I don't have enough money. Yes, I think it's possible, but I really don't have enough education. Yes, I think it's possible, but I don't have any support. And you can insert in there any but that you might have for why you think this isn't possible for you. But the next part of what you have to examine is, where did those beliefs come from? Where did you get the idea that you couldn't do it? And why are you still choosing to believe it today? Why do you or don't you? For me, I did, right? But you might say, well, I don't really think that this is something that I can do because I've tried it before and it didn't work. Now, after I got started, that was one of the buts that I ran into. I tried to do this before, but it didn't work. So it probably won't work for me now. Once you are able to identify and really pinpoint your your beliefs about what you can accomplish, it becomes so much easier to focus on strengthening and changing those beliefs. And how can you do that? We're going to talk much more in depth about this in a little while. But the easiest way to change what you believe is possible is through prayer and meditation. Whenever I have a dream or a goal that feels bigger than me, launching my software company was one is, it still is, right, you guys, because we're still in the middle of launching and getting the software company off the ground. And it's doing great so far. But I would attest the success of the software company so far over the past 8 or 9 months to me really praying and asking God to show me the solutions for the vision that He placed in my heart. The second way that you can strengthen and that I strengthen my beliefs and even change my beliefs is by connecting with like minded individuals. And the example that I put here in parentheses is kindergartners. Because my mentor always says that if you put 30 kindergartners in a room together, they're only going to be as smart as the smartest kindergartner, right? The smartest 5-year-old in that room. What makes it possible for them to learn and to grow and to acquire new information is when you put a teacher in that room, right? Somebody who didn't go to preschool with them, doesn't already know the information that they know, can bring new information into the circle. And it's like that for us, even as we grow. We have to put ourselves in new classrooms with people who have different information than what we have. The third easiest way for you to strengthen and change your beliefs is by reading and studying in your industry. And this, often the core belief that many people have here is imposter syndrome. This is something that I struggled with for a long time, you guys. Not feeling adequate, not feeling competent, not feeling like the expert in my industry. But when you start to read and study and attain more knowledge and information, what you feel capable of truly starts to feel possible for you. So now that we've talked about that, we've talked about what your core beliefs are and what you truly feel is possible for you, let's talk vision and how you start to plan this vision. Because many of us underestimate what we truly accomplish in a year. I know me myself at the beginning of this year, I had this idea that I was in the midst of executing to launch my software. And honestly, I still felt like it was going to take us a long time to get to where we are right now. Right. But when I started to go back to number one and examine my beliefs of what I truly thought was possible, I knew that it was possible, maybe not probable, but it was definitely possible for me to be able to launch this software in a year. So the second question that I want you guys to, and hopefully you're taking notes and you're writing this stuff down and you're like actually participating. And for those of you who are watching live, thank you so much for being here. Make sure you drop a comment in the chat so that I know that you're tuned in, and let me know where you're watching from, so that I can shout you out in the video. But what does your dream life look like 1 year from now? I want you to take a moment and just write down a couple of quick sentences for each of these areas, and I'm going to dive into them in just a second. And as you can see here, all of my areas start with F, right? So it's easy to remember. So number one is your faith, right? Your individual self, and that self is spiritual, physical, and mental, right? That's what makes up us as a whole. This is not about you being a mom. This is not about you being a sister. This is not about you being an employee. This is about you as yourself, right? What does your individual self look like a year from now? Is she happy and thriving? There was a time where I struggled very much so with depression and anxiety. And that was something that I wanted to really free myself from. And I'll talk a little bit more about that process and what it really took for me to do it in just a few minutes. But really uncovering, what does your dream woman feel like, embodying that, right? Physically, how does she look? How does she show up? How does she dress? What's her mood like? What is her connection with God like? The next area is family and friends. And those are your close personal relationships, those people that you spend the most time with. And what do those relationships look like? When I'm doing this exercise and planning for my family in the future, my children are at two different ages. And I did this with them at the end of last year, most recently. And we talked about some goals that we have for our family and like what type of family we want to be, right? We want to be a family that has fun. We want to be a family that can talk about anything. We want to be a family that spends time together. We want to be a family that is connected. What are some of the activities that I do with my family and friends? What does that vision truly look like for yourself? The next area is your finances and career. And this is one of the easiest areas for people to, talk about, because all of us want to make more money. All of us want to be more successful. All of us want to climb the corporate ladder, per se, and accomplish more, earn more, do more, be more, et cetera, et cetera. So, what does that look like for you? Do you want to go from earning 50K a year to 50K a month? Do you want to finally earn $1 million? Do you want to launch an additional stream of revenue? Do you want to quit your day job and fully be in your business? Right? For me, that was a goal back in 2015, um, to grow my business to a point where it could support me and my family, and I didn't have to work a 9 to 5 anymore. And I'm so grateful that in October 2016, I was able to do that. It took me about 8 months to build it to that point. The last 2 to 3 months was really about me getting the confidence to be able to quit. But once I was able to do that, quitting my job and being able to support my family full time. I've been able to do that ever since. So that's such a blessing. The next area is fun. And what does fun look like to you? And this is all about, again, you guys, designing that vision for your life, right? And really getting clear on what it looks like. So, what do I want to do for fun? Do I want to travel? This year, I have gotten very much into my personal hobbies, right? Things that I was interested in as a child or a young adult that I might have put to the side that I was able to pick back up this year and pursue. Sewing is one. I've always been into fitness, but just exploring different types of fitness classes, group fitness, Pilates. You guys hear me talk about Pilates a lot. Travel is another thing that I like to do for fun. So, what are the things that I do for fun that are fulfilling to me that are not connected to any of these other roles that I have to manage? And I want to mention here, you guys, I created a workbook. Some of you have already downloaded it, the Master the Hustle workbook. But there are some exercises in there where you outline your roles and goals. And that section of the workbook is so helpful in being able to get clarity on these particular areas of your life as well. So I'll make sure to leave the link in the description box below so that those of you who are interested can download it as well. And then the final area is your future. What do you want your life to look like 5 years and beyond? And this is where we start to talk about those big goals that we know are going to take some time and investment, whether that's an impact on your community. Do you want to be able to say you've helped, 100 people lose weight if you're a fitness coach? What are some of the accomplishments that you would like to have under your belt at that time? Your investments. Maybe you want to own multiple properties, or you want to own a building, or you want to start a scholarship, or you want to start a nonprofit organization. What do those things look like? Now, this is the part that everybody jumps to first, but most people don't like to do the work that we've just talked about. But the vision board is the fun part. And I'm going to show you guys a couple of examples of vision boards that I've done, as well as some templates that you guys can find on like Canva and things like that. But the thing that I want you to know that's so important about your vision board is that the images that you place on your vision board should not be arbitrary. They should actually be connected to these areas that we talked about. And these images should actually invoke feelings or be reminders of particular scenes or visualizations or experiences that you want to have, because that is what makes the vision board powerful, right? Sometimes, and I know I've done this in the past myself when I was doing vision boards before I learned how to truly apply all of this stuff, I would just cut out the pictures that I liked, right? So it's like, oh, yeah, this credit card is cute. Let me put this on my vision board. Oh, yeah, this couple is cute. Let me put this on my vision board. But truly, I did not have any internal connection to that couple or even the desire for that relationship per se, right? So when you start designing your actual vision board, and I'm going to switch screens just a second so I can show you guys, these images need to actually invoke some kind of feeling. They need to invoke some kind of picture, right? So, an example of a vision board on Canva, this is a template, but you can see here, these are different scenes. And obviously, this is a travel vision board that this person created for where they want to travel to, right? So we see pictures of Paris, Rome, being on an airplane, the money, this beautiful pool. This pool looks so familiar. I stayed at this mansion, and I was looking at this when I added it earlier. I stayed at this mansion in Florida called Young's Mansion, and tell you guys, this pool looks literally identical to the pool at that house. It was okay. So this is obviously a travel vision board, and if you are desiring to travel and see some places, I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about visualization later on, but one of the things that I do whenever I'm trying to manifest travel to a specific location, I actually did this last year with my trip to Puerto Rico with the family. I just visualize, like, sometimes you are not sure if you're going to be able to make it happen, right? There are a lot of different things that were going on in my life at that time. And so I just started visualizing pictures of us at the hotel, like images of us checking into the hotel, images of us on the beach, images of us boarding the plane with my children. All of these visuals, right? Like this picture of them on the plane, or picture of them toasting the glasses in front of this church or whatever. These are things that you can use, images or scenes that you can use to evoke those same type of feelings and visualizations as well. I'm going to show you guys another vision board. Uh, Give me 1 second. Was it this one? No, that's the one I just showed you guys. This one. Okay, this is another vision board, and then I'm going to show you guys some examples of mine. Again, you can see this is a long-term vision board, 2030. So this person wants to obviously serve, right? Their career. They may be a photographer. They might want to do some public speaking. Again, Paris. You see this paddle boarding. So yes, I would assume that this person likes to do those type of water sports. The money, the friends, the family, all of those things, sport, travel, friends, wealth, right? So using words is another great way to, again, invoke these feelings and remind yourself, what is it that I truly want to manifest? And what does that look like for me? That's the purpose of a vision board. Let me see. I'm going to show you guys. Hold on. I'm going to show you guys actually some examples of my vision boards. Now, this picture, I like to make my vision boards my screensavers on my phone. So this picture was actually taken of me at, as you can see, a Black Enterprise conference. I want to say this was in 2022. I believe. But at the time, I was trying to manifest more speaking engagements, more opportunities to be on big stages like this. And I love this picture of me because every time I look at it, I can see and feel the joy that I had from being at this conference. I can see and feel, all of the emotions that were connected to this experience. Let me show you guys another one of my vision boards. Uh-oh. Yes, this was a 2022 vision board. Again, I made it a screenshot on my phone. So let me see, can I move? No, I can't move myself. But in this bottom left-hand corner, there's actually a picture of me on an airplane. You see lots of travel, restaurants that I wanted to go to. You see, I like Photoshop this picture of me speaking to crowds. This was an event that I actually hosted. Right? This was the money that I wanted to manifest, lots of money that I wanted to manifest. All of these things, again, were feeling in visuals that I had connected to them. So I wanted to give you guys some examples so that you can see that vision boards are truly most powerful when they are connected to actual scenes and visualizations that you want to experience. So let's move on to number 3. I hope this is helping you guys. I see a lot of people joining. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, for being here live with us. Please drop a comment in the chat so that I can shout you out. And if this is helping you, please let me know. You can give us some hearts or some likes, like the video. That definitely helps me if this is valuable to you guys, okay? So after you've compiled your images, You've got your clear plan, right? Like these are the things that I want to manifest. This is what my dream woman looks like, my family situation, my finances, my fun, all of these areas of my life. The next thing that you want to do is evaluate if you are currently on track to become that woman. And this is where it can get a little bit hard because self evaluation is difficult to do at times, right? But the reality is, you know, if you are taking the steps in the proper direction to accomplish your dreams and goals. You may not necessarily admit that to others, to outsiders, but every time I was off track, every time I wasn't doing enough, every time I wasn't truly committed, I knew that I wasn't. So we're going to evaluate ourselves in the areas of our actions. Am I taking on a day to day basis the actions that are going to get me to the person that I want to be by the end of this year? And this evaluation is not to shame you or to make you feel bad for what you haven't done, but it's needed in order for you to be able to take steps in the right direction that are going to and help you to accomplish the things that you want to accomplish. So, actions. Am I taking the right actions or the necessary actions on a day to day basis right now? And if I'm not, that's okay because we're going to address that in a second. Number two, do I have the right connections? Am I connected to people who can keep me motivated, keep me inspired, and keep me on track with my goals? Or am I connected to people who are keeping me in this current space that I'm in? And that's a hard pill to swallow, you guys, because a lot of times the people that we are connected to are people who are keeping us stuck. The third area is, do I have the right education and support or information rather to get me to where I want to be? You know, one of the big things that I had to address when I started this process of launching my software was that it was a lot of stuff that I didn't know. And if I was going to be able to get it done, I had to be willing to get more education and like really learn what I didn't know because we don't know what we don't know, right? Like you're oblivious to the things that are unknown to you. And so I had to be willing to accept the fact that I was going to probably have to go back to school, spend a lot of time in training programs and coaching programs to get the information, knowledge, and understanding. And even now, on a day to day basis, I just said to someone the other day, I spend so much time learning about the software because it's one thing for my team to be able to manage it, and support our staff, but I want to break it, right? I want to know what its limitations are. I want to know what its functionalities are. And I want to know, I want to know everything that there is to know about it. So, what are you willing to get in terms of information and education? What are you willing to do to get that information and education if you don't have it that can get you to the next level? When I started out on this journey, I shared this in a video a couple of weeks ago. I did not have a lot of understanding about money. I did not come from a family who taught financial literacy and how to manage your money and pay your bills on time and all of that stuff. I truly had to learn how to be able to do all of those things. So I had to go out there and get the information to be able to do it. The next area is support. Do you have the support? For me, this was a big area, you guys, because I didn't have family, I didn't have a lot of friends, and I had to be intentional, not just in finding that support, but again, praying about that support to come in, really, literally, for everything I've been able to do over the past 15 years, because not growing up with your parents really places you at a disadvantage over the average individual. So I know that it's nothing but God who has brought the right people into my life, helped me to make the right connections. And now Today, I would say that the woman that I am truly does have a strong support system, but I didn't always have that. And so I had to acknowledge that I needed somebody to help me with the kids. I needed somebody to help me around the house. I needed somebody to help me with so many of the things that I had on my plate. This is another thing that I cover in that Master the Hustle workbook: hiring, not just for your team, but also for your household. And that was an area that I did not have a lot of education or information around. So, I had to learn a lot. I put everything that I know now inside of that workbook for you guys. So it should truly be helpful for you to not have to struggle in the same way. And then finally, the last area of evaluation is, does my faith truly match the dream that I have? And again, we started at the beginning talking about our beliefs and whether or not we truly felt that we could accomplish the things that we desire. And this is where you have to ask yourself, is my faith big enough to truly get me to where I want to go? And a few years ago, I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who wrote his own book, and he actually launched a career into like being a relationship expert, and has gone on to speak on some pretty big platforms and done a lot of cool things. But we were just talking about the journey. And one of the things that he said to me is that if God would have shown me all that it was going to take to get here, I probably would have never did it. And so the thing that I want to say to you guys is that your faith is going to be tested and tried. But the most important thing to remember, and kind of why I shared all of these things with you at the beginning about my own personal journey, is because obstacles truly only happen for us. I know sometimes it seems like the obstacles and the problems are happening to us, but they really truly only happen for us to make us stronger, to make us believe in our own powers and abilities. So, you have to, only you know if you truly believe in yourself. Only you know if you truly believe that your dreams and goals are possible and probable. That's another thing we need to talk about. But examining and evaluating your faith, and what do I need to do to grow it? And so now we have this vision of who we want to be and what we want to accomplish, and we need to plan how we're going to get there. So how do we do that? Asking ourselves, what actions can I take right now with the resources that I currently have to get closer to this vision? I'm not saying go out and spend, lots of money. I'm not saying quit your job today. All I'm saying is, with what you have at this time, what can you do to get closer to your vision? So, in areas of faith, you may want to practice your religion more, depending on what that is. You might want to study your religion more, read more, right? You may want to pray more, meditate more. All of these things are going to get you closer to God. In terms of your family, you might say, I don't have a lot of time to spend with my family, but I can set aside an hour each week for family time. Or at the times that I am with my family, whether it's cooking breakfast or cooking dinner, I can be more present. I can turn off my cell phone and be present with my children. I can show more gratitude for the things that I have and the things that I'm thankful for. This is a big area. I talked about this in another video, how you can accomplish more through gratitude and intuition. And I definitely recommend that you guys go check that video out, because it those two principles, the use of gratitude and the use of my intuition, truly are what have catapulted me to success as quickly as I've been able to accomplish it. And your career, can I take some classes on a free platform? Can I watch some videos on YouTube? What actions can I take based on the things that I already have? Who do I already have in my network that I can connect with, that can help me to get to the next level? when I was just starting out in my career, one of the things that I actually still do this whenever I want somebody to make an introduction for me is like I will look at connections on LinkedIn and see who are our common connections. And then I'll reach out to the common connection and ask them to do an introduction for me. And that has truly been a game changer because even again, if the person, they may not know each other well, but if that person is respected in their industry, someone of, a good reputation, that introduction can really get you so much further than trying to go at it on your own. In the area of fun, can I what events can I go to? Where can I travel? Maybe driving to places in my city currently, right? Or not too far outside of my city. What connections do I already have? What people do I already know? Things that I can do that are easy to increase my fun in whatever way that I want to do that. And again, for me, it was about using what was already available to me. My gym offers a variety of group fitness classes which are actually fun for me. So, like trying out different classes, using the pool at the gym, using the hot tub, like just pouring more into myself, attending events in not necessarily in my city, but like in the region around me. All of these things are ways that you can, again, make minor, small changes that will help you to get closer to your goals. And for your future, again, what things can I do right now to start saving? What things can I do right now to get me on track for those long term connections? Do I need to start working on my credit right now because I want to buy a house in 5 years? Do I need to start learning about investments because I want to build an investment portfolio? What do I need to understand about owning and managing a nonprofit? All of these things are things that you can do right now for basically zero money. Now we come to step 5, and this is where everybody is like, okay, but is that it? And thinking that it is too simple is literally what keeps us stuck. For a long time, I felt like it needed to be hard, that I needed to work hard. And I'm not saying that you don't need to put in effort, and I'm not saying that you don't need to try your best, but sometimes we make things more difficult than they need to be, and we want to overcomplicate the process of transformation, right? So I was having a conversation with a friend of mine who's trying to lose some weight, and I was telling her, I know that I have a high metabolism by design, but one of the things that I do, especially as I'm getting older and I retain weight more than I did when I was younger, is sometimes I just go for a walk. And taking a walk around your block or, in your neighborhood can truly be a huge impact in your health and your physical fitness. And it's a place that you can start literally for $0 because it doesn't cost any money to walk. But again, thinking that it has to be hard sometimes can keep us stuck in inaction. And that is often related to our fear of the unknown, as well as other people's opinions and our poor time management. So these are things that you're going to have to combat, right? Your tendency not to take action, even though you already have a plan, right? We just mapped out the entire blueprint for you. What are you going to do? What things can you do right now to get on track to accomplish these goals? Because the journey of 1,000 steps starts with the first one. I think I've jacked that saying up, but I'm sure you guys know what I mean. What can you do right now? So it's not about being perfect, it's about taking action. The fear of the unknown can often keep you trapped. Other people's opinions, people seeing you as a beginner, people seeing you getting started can be another thing that keeps us stuck. And then our poor time management habits, our procrastination habits, this is something that often keeps people stuck because it's very easy to continue to do more of the same. However, I want you to choose to take action. And that means that you're going to have unbridled faith, meaning that you choose to believe in the possibility. And I'm not saying that you're choosing to believe that it's definitely going to happen. I'm saying that you are choosing to believe that it is possible. That's all I want you to say. This is possible. This is possible for me to accomplish. This is possible for me to do. If you want to lose weight, it's possible for me to lose 10 pounds. It's possible for me to launch my own business. It's possible for me to quit my job. It's possible for me to travel with my family. It's possible for me to be more in control. It's possible for me to earn more money. The way that you do this is to start doing something different than what you are currently doing. So when you feel that it's possible, there is a difference between irrational changes, such as, I know I'm going to build $1 million business, so I'm just going to quit my job today and I'll figure it out on the way down, versus calculated risk, which is you taking small risk, maybe making small investments to get you to where you want to be, such as putting your business out there, promoting your products and services, asking people for referrals, doing things that you haven't done before, not totally upheaving your entire life, but simply doing something that is fear, you are slightly afraid of it, but you know that it's a calculated risk. You know that chances are this step is going to be successful. And then you need to plan to a week. So every week, what am I going to do to get me closer to the person that I want to be? If this week I'm going to finally start promoting my products and telling people about what I have to offer, maybe next week I'm going to start vending at events and I'm going to find events to set up booths at. Maybe the next week I'm going to start going to even more networking events and introducing myself as the owner of that business or brand, as opposed to, I'm trying to start, because I meet people that do this a lot. Hi, my name is such and such, and yeah, I'm trying to start a new whatever business, but I'm not quite there yet. Instead, actually claiming the person that you want to be as the person that you are today. We talked about this in depth, you guys, inside of the Mother Hustler movement. We were talking about when we were doing the 14-day manifestation challenge. So the next part of this is habit stacking, because change does happen incrementally. And so I tell people the easiest way to start implementing these small changes is through habit stacking in your morning and evening routines. And again, I definitely recommend that you download that Master the Hustle ebook workbook, because it's going to be so beneficial for you to see ways that you can use this stuff to improve your life. So, number one, making small habits that take 5 to 10 minutes. There's a book called Atomic Habits. It's very powerful. I definitely recommend that you read it. But these small changes can help you see drastic improvements. For example, that I just gave you guys, walking for 20 minutes per day. If you walk for 20 minutes per day, 5 times a week, in 20 minutes, you could probably walk at least a quarter of a mile to a half a mile. 5 times a week, that's going to be what, 2.5 to 3 miles that you're walking every week. That is a drastic change, a drastic improvement in your life. If right now you're barely drinking any water and you want to be healthier and not so anxious, not so depressed, not so what do you call it, jittery from your coffee, so you increase your water to 2 cups per day. Over time, you're going to see a big change in your bodily functions. Finding 10 minutes in the morning and 10 minutes at night to pray or meditate, again, a huge change in your overall mental and physical well-being, because prayer and meditation actually is proven to scientifically impact your physical well-being as well. If you're trying to save money to have an emergency savings or launch your business. Just putting aside $20 per week. In 90 days, you'll have $250. And I know that that may not seem like a lot, but if you continue to do it over time, you will see the progression of these things happening for you. Reading 5 pages per day. If you read 5 pages a day over the course of 30 days, that's about 150 pages. And I'm just going to pick up this book right here and see how many pages it is. Because I said it was one book. Yes, because this book is literally 185 pages. So in about a month, you can read a book. Many of us are not reading any books at all. This book is a book I definitely recommend. I'm going to link to it in the description box below because this is one of the systems that I use to really accomplish so much more. And this actually is kind of a derivative of some of the things that we've included inside of the Master the Hustle workbook. Another book that was truly integral in the creation of that workbook is 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, which is definitely a book I recommend you read if you haven't done so already. Eating dinner with your family every night can again drastically improve your relationship with your family, your connection with your family, and how you feel things are for you. So let's move on to accountability because this is so important. So far, I've pretty much given you guys everything that you need to be successful. And I mean this in the most sincerest of ways because many people fail to execute on their plans simply because they don't have accountability. And by this, I mean somebody who is unbiased and disconnected from your own personal limitations, someone who is able to inspire and motivate you to continue on your journey. And I will just tell you guys from my own personal success journey, having somebody who did not feed into my limiting beliefs, who did not know me from my past, who did not know any of the mistakes that I made, any of the drama, problems, issues that I had. This was the thing that single-handedly assisted me in accomplishing more than I ever imagined because people who don't know you cannot see you through the lens of your past. Why? Because they don't know about it, right? So your accountability partners, I know sometimes you want to have your friend who is an accountability partner, but if that friend knows all of your dirt, a lot of times, even subconsciously, they will project their limitations on what you can accomplish. This is also not your mom or your auntie or some other family member who will continue to enable your tendency to procrastinate and delay because they already see you as being wonderful, right? This is a big issue for me. The people around me were like, you're already doing so much, girl. You're already accomplishing so much. And I was based on their standards. But the truth was, I still knew I was living beneath the level of success that I should be accomplishing because I knew what I was capable of. An accountability partner is also not your coworker who keeps you distracted by talking about all of the office gossip instead of focusing on your goals. When you guys get together and you're like, yeah, girl, we're going to plan how we're going to quit this job. But instead, y'all just talk about Keisha and Matt and all the other people in the office. Okay. Your accountability partner is also not your boyfriend, husband, or significant other who is actually afraid of your change and your growth because they will have to level up too. See, true accountability only works when you work with someone who can see you from the seat of your potential. Someone who can see what you are capable of without limitations, without fear, without doubt. And this is why I created the 1K and your PJs course. And so I want to tell you guys about this course and what it is, because this course was literally the course that I designed to help mompreneurs just like you transform their life by earning 1,000, 5,000, or even $10,000 or more online from the comfort of their homes every month. And not only did I design this course to literally provide you with everything that you need to be able to actually run a business in terms of the knowledge and information, I also designed it to come with a complete jumpstart kit so that you have everything that you need to be able to start today. And when you guys sign up for this course, you're going to get so much valuable information about how you can start your own online business selling digital products in any niche or target that you choose, because this course is designed to be customized to your specific goal, right? What you're great at, because all of us are good at different things. But in addition to that, you're going to get everything you need to get your business up and running from start to finish. You're going to be able to follow along with easy to implement technology and get your business up and running for free with a 60-day free trial of our technology partner, Solo Tech Solutions, which means all of the landing pages, all of the automations, all of the stuff that you need to be able to truly run a successful online business is included with this package. The course is totally self-paced, meaning that you complete the modules on your own timeline and execute according to your schedule. And you'll also get access to our private community for ongoing support and mentorship. Now, this course covers the most essential basics for new online business, and the modules are delivered in easy to follow videos, as well as a complimentary workbook for you to be able to track your progress and success. So we're going to cover business registration and startup, your online and digital events, product creation and development, as well as content creation and so much more. All of the information that you need to be able to run a profitable online business. But in addition to that, we're going to give you a library of resources, including tons of faceless content, as well as PLR and MRR products. And if you don't know what they are, I definitely dive into them inside of this course. But we're going to cover inside of this course one of the biggest marketing trends of 2024, faceless marketing, and show you how you can use this strategy in your own business and brand, even if it's already a business that you own. And in addition to that, you're going to get a library of our best platforms for PLR and MRR content, as well as PLR and MRR products that you can use. And I'm going to give you guys over 100 plus reels and TikTok videos for free. You're going to get 10 ready to customize digital products included in this course. And again, as I said, a library of resources for where to find the best MRR and PLR content, as well as a directory of social media influencers and social media groups that you can use to promote your business and grow your online audience. And as I said before, guys, this will work for any niche because all of the stuff that we give you is fully customizable. As well as you're going to receive ongoing mentorship, community, and support to help you grow your business. Because I know that even with giving you all of this information, getting started can still be hard, even if you have a plan. That's why all of our members are going to get lifetime access to our private Facebook community, where we'll have monthly mentorship and coaching calls, as well as accountability meetings, and an amazing community of women for you to network with, just like you, like-minded women who are on track to accomplish the same type of amazing goals. And you'll get everything that you need to get your business up and running with a 60-day free trial from our partner, Solo Tech Solution. So this course is really a no-brainer. If you go to this landing page, which I will definitely include the link in the description box for you guys to check out, you'll be able to see all of the modules that's included, as well as all of the bonuses that are included. And for a limited time until the end of this month, this says August 3rd, but it should say August 31st, sorry. This course is available for you to purchase on pre-order for just $4.99. And we also have financing options available through some third-party financing options. So this is a great opportunity for those of you who are trying to get unstuck in your business. You want to connect with more women who are on the same frequency as you, and you want to truly understand how to live up to be the woman of your dreams, to truly transform your life so that you can accomplish all of the things that you've already dreamed of. This course is for you. So that brings me to the end of today's presentation. I hope that this information was valuable for you, and I hope that you learned something that you can implement in your life. If you enjoyed this presentation, please feel free to share it with somebody in your community that you know could benefit from it. And if you're interested in signing up for the 1K and your PJs course, you can visit the link, which I will place in the description box below. And also, if you would like to speak with someone from our team about the program, I'm actually offering a free 15-minute success calls specifically for mompreneurs and aspiring mompreneurs who want to learn more about how they can transform their lives. So if you need some advice, some direction, some strategy, and you don't know where to get started, click the link on that landing page that says schedule a call and schedule your free 15-minute success consultation with me. Thank you guys so much for tuning into today's masterclass. I truly hope that it was beneficial for you guys, and I can't wait to see you in our next video. Until next time, bye.